blessing that time in the airport I read. The brothers giving the prayer, the promise from there. The work of my life with African.
I live
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time in the airports I read. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. The work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, Sano to Bacoloo, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, we are the best in the land, LRB. We are the best around the world, and that's why, in fact, we do everything that we are doing here. We broadcast without limitation. We broadcast without any kind of fun of, and one-sided or so forth as you may think, because why? We are the best. And what a way to say the pleasant good evening, folks. 3 minutes, that's 6. That's the time check from what I said on broadcast on the fateful Saturday, the 16th, right? Today, the 16th day, or mark the 16th day. So today mark the 16th day in the 8th month, and the year remain the same, 2025. This year is, it won't go faster, or it won't go with speed. Someone will say, sometimes we got to. So again, 2025 it is the year and the 8th month and the 16th day in the 8th month. That means we already moving on with speed. Like once upon a time I said out here when they show that when you are playing or when the month just start, that means that's the defense part of the month. Yes, indeed, that's the defense side. When the month by this time now is mean that the Mayfield end of it, that means you are work. Those of us who are working, that means you have hope. By this time now you get hope, and not the hope for change. So by this time now you get hope that by the grace of God, something will. So people like Robert, people like CD1, they get hope. When the month is done, they get hope. So yeah. When some Liberians say Rabbi can push cartoon and say, hey, myself, I'm going to go push cartoon. When I say, Steve, when I say, you're pushing cartoon, you're pushing empty cartoon here. Yeah. For us here in Liberia, we push empty cartoon. Oh, God. Shall I show people? Yeah, man, it's not easy. Look, you cannot compare yourself. You pushing empty cartoon with people who push a cartoon with what? With benefit, with profit. People that push cartoon with profit, with benefit, with something that when they even they can lay down at this, in their homes or in their various places and be watching. In fact, some people because of cartoon and they watching Barcelona game. Why you can push cartoon? Yeah, no, your mother mad them. Yeah, see the one. Your mother mad when people talk. Yeah, it's not easy. But for me, I won't push cartoon maybe because they are empty cartoon here in Liberia. We push empty cartoon. Now, some of you say what I'm lying, and the truth. We push empty cartoon. So every time when people come to you and tell you something about what's going on in your life, or especially in your country, then you want to mock them in the name of you are doing something. You go push cartoon. Me, I won't go push cartoon. Man, I'm telling you today. I want to push cartoon. I'm tired with that kind of thing where every time we're not 2 to 3% traveling, that 50% will be traveling. I'm tired. I want to push cartoon. Let's just show you. Look, Steve will do. Look, the show will be hot. Yeah. Those of you who have vehicles, or maybe you have motorbike, or you have any engine stuff, right? Look for spark. It called spark plug. Check for it right now. Go on AR. Ask AR what I mean by spark plug. So when they say the show will be hot. So yeah, man, that's how they show people. Yeah, man, Robert, every time when they come, they have issue with you people that you people can push. Master, I want to go push cartoon. I will talking here today. I want to push cartoon. But anyway, let me greet the people there from Nimba County. Yes, indeed, the good sons and daughters from Nimba County. Indeed, good evening to all of you there, people from Nimba. And let me say good evening to CMC people. That's great. Great job. I'm overwhelmed by your performance. That's just so magnificent. Good way to go. Interact with your people. Talk to your people. Be with them. Tell them what you will do and let them tell you also what they want for you and you do it. Time for elections is up to them. I like that CMC. Actually, CMC, I don't know, but CMC, they just do the whole project differently. What I wanted for me, I've been saying here for ever so long. If I'm able a day I join into politics, I'm not coming to go do promising some people don't promise how they will rescue like people. Oh God. We zip it. Yeah, we gotta zip. Look, let's zip it too. Let's show people. Let's show be hot. Today, as soon as chairman come on, just put your I think the chairman will soon be here. So today the show, let's share the show, people. Let's share that show quickly. Just share. Those of you who have radio, tell other people to tune in. I don't know here for yeah, man, let me see. I better share the show. Me, I want to push cartoon. Mark. Actually, I want to push cartoon now. I'm tired now. Yeah, actually, I'm tired now. I want to push cartoon. More nation than that. They just push a cartoon. Look at you. You will push an empty cartoon. Somebody taking things from inside. Oh, this country. Liberia. Well, folks, again, a pleasant good evening to those of you who just joined. Let me greet all of you. Let me recognize you are our woman in the market building. Let me say good evening to you people. Yeah, let me say hello. Yeah, hello there, our woman and our papi and all of you. Indeed, good evening to all of you. And I know it's not easy, but God be God. God is there. They want to come in. They call it what? What kind of name of the other draw? What kind of draw that? But then you take it straight. You know. Yeah. What kind of country is this? I don't know. Well, anyway, Aliu. I don't know what about Aliu is ready. They are not drugs now. What they children taking there looking at a rat poison. The few times I look at my house for long. I say no, I think I gotta put some rat poison around. So I places me to stronger than my corner. And the rats, by the time they finish taking, they finish eating the how they call it, it will, you know, it will add a crime. It will move. There's anytime gonna yo he's there. So Melly was just, Melly was just showing me some things. Not even on the right. They should be playing. Leave it. So that's the kind of thing now we see him. We see the kind of thing happening now in our society, where our young people now they are taking in Spark, Andrew, or actually McCauley. By the time they take it, they're gone. They want to cool show, another way cool show, it will be making they say make you war, you're a zombie. Oh, the country. Lord, I'm very. Yeah, Riverside, remember long time though, all of you. Let me see, brother Ali said, your shadow show. Yeah, but your shadow show. Let me recognize all of Sidiki Travel. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Always following the show. CD1 Jebo, are you sure my good friend and brother? Good evening, Robert. But maybe I want to push cartoon. Yeah, don't mind people every time they just talking about cartoon. Brazilian Monk already here. He will be here with us. Doris Thompson. Thank you so much for watching, and Sir Johnson, thank you to also for watching. James David, are you sure, my dear brother? What's up, Chief? In fact, I had a Saturday. Riverside PR, my man, long time, but Riverside got to pay fine. But again, people, let's share the show. I'll either make the show to hit almost 400. Then the chairman will come on. I'm talking about my social chairman. Though. Maybe we can make place. So that I was saying, that before we used to have zombie. They'll make you war, get a zombie. The zombie you'll be going and then you be coming. So that they draws people, they went to that meeting and they strategize. The people, they stay active. The young people, they stay, people stay seeing them. So the only thing we'll do now, we'll go for different things that will bring into this country. That by the time you take it in, you're gone. What kind of country we live in? But Ali, good evening, my dear brother. I have a friend. What's up? I have a friend. Ali, Saturday.
Mayborn, good afternoon, Mayborn. Good afternoon to our listening audience. Follow us. This is Adio Masadi, Baltimore, Maryland. Glad to be here. This Saturday is okay, my brother. How's the family? How's Mama Labira?
Well, yes, we are doing great. And maybe I'm wondering from okay, yeah. Stephen Cable, you follow us from Dupo. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, but I think we are good to go. For me, I'm okay as usual. Thank God. As long I'm happy, I have life. The only thing I won't be that you people are pushing cartoon. Because I have a lot of cartoon, a lot of people taking things from inside. I'm not understanding the cartoon they're pushing here. But go ahead, my brother. What's up, man?
Yeah, my man, we pushing our cartoon. Yeah. It's better to be pushing cartoon than to be taking Sparky, Android, you be taking Zombie, you be taking Kush. This is what we want. Even if the people in Labrador can be pushing cartoon, I think that one will be better. When you pushing cartoon, you will not get time to go be taking a Sparky, Android. What's up, Chairman?
See the chairman, the cartoon chairman is here. Because every time they all see this and here, because they pushing cartoon. Why we pushing empty cartoon? Look, my brother. What chairman? What's up?
Folks, yeah, let's share the show. My man, Barcelona playing today, and we're leading 2-0. And the man, I got 2 red cards. So as I was getting ready to come on the show, I saw that part. But folks, let's share the show. We have interesting conversation to have today. Today, we'll not do too much talking. You will listen to video. You will listen to your president. We'll open the lines, and you will tell what you think. But Melbourne, because we're rolling plenty of videos today, let's play the social aspect quick because we want to roll a couple of videos. The conversation will be magnificently intellectual. Yeah, my man, I told you I'll be speaking bold this time, but I'm scared to speak. Now my papa is testing me to find out what I mean by magnificently intellectual. They ask me what it means.
Yeah, man, they're the cartoon of my restaurant. The cartoon pushing up on no.
So,
Melbourne,
as always, the Labrador people are the most important people on earth, and the Labrador women are the most beautiful women on earth. Folks, let's share the show. But Melbourne, Let's share the show. Glenn, hello, you here today? Long time. Where you been? I miss you. I ain't hear from you long time. Where you been? I miss you, man. You know that my own partner there in America.
Yeah, man. How people they they coming
Slow
back.
down.
Just come back home.
Listen, slow down. Don't see woman be happy to laugh. Relax. What wrong with you? Yeah, all the woman can see they be happy about that means you'll be happy and you relax, rest your body again. What if that you gonna be not bringing it on area stay over there? They gonna get happy to laugh.
No, my man, social thing you too can be happy socially, you know. I'm learning from you, chairman, because you know
don't be too happy. That means you'll be happy, relax. What's your problem? So President, you gonna be happy for me? I gotta be happy for myself. Rest of before let's share the show. Mom, what's up, my man? What's going on? You know that.
Not that much. We're doing great. We're here watching events as they unfold in Liberia, around the world. I came across something interesting on the social events.
Yeah.
There's a brain kid who happens to be a former child soldier that is trending on the Billboard in America and on Sarah's radio FM. And he sings country music. Think about that a kid coming from a third world country that sings country music. And I think I sent a clip. Maybe we'll put on the screen for our people. I think he's going to be the next big thing. I think he got raw talent. I mean, he's singing at the Union Station, the transit station on the East Coast. I don't know, it's New York or Philadelphia and other places. And I saw him in Nashville, Tennessee, and then he was somewhere in Memphis. That's the home of the country music. You know, down south, the people down south, they listen to country music. So you got the leg of the most recent one. I think I would say Aaron Nouvelle and those other guys. And a Liberian kid will be singing country music. I couldn't get myself to wrap my head around that, but that's it. They say that talent, and when you're in a society where you're in the right environment where people can groom your talent, because the thing about talent is it's something you were born with. But if you are not in the right environment to groom that talent, it will become dormant. And thank God for him in the United States, he got the talent, and I seen the audience, because the kind of music he's saying, the audience, I would say 90% all white. I was kind of baffled and astonished to see a kid coming from Liberia and singing country music. But they call him Monrovia, but he spelled his as M-O-N with a space, and then you get R-O-V-I-A with an apostrophe over the A. That's how he described himself. So maybe, I don't know if you got your inbox, maybe a couple of minutes, and then that's the only thing that caught my attention from the social perspective and social standpoint. So maybe 2 minutes would be okay, just to give the audience a take on.
No copyright.
No copyright issue. It's just a regular freestyle at the transit station. So
Melbourne, while you're doing that really quick, please load that video and then load the other video for our talking point, because today we won't get into the conversation. Omar Yasendi will be joining us at any moment. It's an interesting conversation we're going to have, folks. But on a local side, in terms of musicians, I support 1030. That's my musician. I know some of you have been supporting me, so Monrovia, whatever other beginning, you've been supporting me, and I get proud of you. But me, my musician in a country that 1030, you're supporting your CIC, your Jezino there, and I get proud of you. My musician at 1030. I try to find 1030 to bring on a show. Yeah, 1030 looking for a woman. And since some of us say them pray too much in the country, we can find men for you. But we happy socially too. We can find men for y'all. It will get your 1030, send for the men here, and you keep 1030 in the hall. We not get problem with you. So we'll be bringing 1030 at some point on the show to connect 1030. 1030 is very single. The latest information I got. That me and I think I'll be promoting this stuff. So asking God to get a man will help you. Hey, I mean, I need been very something.
So we get a video already. Yeah, cute. Let me see how best to get a video.
Yeah, throw that man for 1 minute quickly. Let's get to the other video.
Held my bluff this time, 'cause I'm no featherweight. But are you fine? We're through the garden gate. Is it you or I don't know? Or do we play charades? I need all of you to hold on to, so we don't fade away. Can we let go of the birds and bees, nothing's ruined you and me. I don't care for it. All we need, babe, is some water in the home. Oh,
that should be okay. I mean, that's okay.
Thank you so much, Melbourne. Melbourne wrote another video because we're coming to get in the political arena. Folks, we want to be able to have a very, very good conversation, but also give people a chance from Liberia in the United States to participate in the conversation. Again, today the conversation will be intellectually energized. We're not saying nothing bad about the government. Today we're here for our president, the man we elected on the notion that we agree. We'll hear from our president. Today we're doing it a different way. We listen to him 5 minutes, we deliberate, we analyze, we get into it, we pause it, we come again another 5 minutes. There is a 19-minute video that we're going to play. Joseph Yuma Boaka, upon being elected, when he had one of the very first interview internationally, not local people asking, or that international people asking. You can't say, oh, the journalists are not asking, they're from Liberia, they want me the president low fund, so they're asking Google question and promoting question. No. The question they're asking is built around his policies, it built around the things that he campaigned on, it built around the things that are impacting Liberian people every day, the bread and butter issue. We'll take our own time to listen to Joseph Yuma Boaka. President Joseph Yuma Boaka are from Lofa County. So that Lofa town. You then listen to the president from Lofa County. The day you're counting in a place and I produce president, you can't Lofa inside too. Whether you agree or not. But I pray our president on folks. Yeah. Big boy Joe Ball.
Liberia's former vice president, now Opposition Unity Party political leader, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka, vowed to transform Liberia when elected president in 2020.
Thank you. Folks, we're begging you, please share the show. Please, we are holding your feet to please share the show. This is the best you can do for us. Those of you on the radio, please listen very keenly, carefully, and attentively. If you're in any noisy area, try to restrict the noise, minimize the noise so that you can hear exactly. Maybe you don't have the opportunity to watch this video. For those of you who will want to watch this full video after here, also reach out to me. My name is Moses on Facebook. Only for the video. If you talk any funny thing, I'm not saying the video, I'm not here to talk different things. If you can't love a man, I will block you. I won't be clear. Because some of you let you opportunity to love a different thing. We're not looking for a man. If you want video, just say, please send me the video, I'll send it to you. You cross line, I'll block you. That be clear. Look, when I get to the video.
23. He stressed that the current government has brought misery and suffering to the Liberian people. The former VP outlined the platform of his government built around agriculture, roads, education, sanitation, and tourism, which has an acronym, ARREST. The Opposition Unity Party political leader stated that under President George Weah, Liberia is threatened by the same factors that were used by insurgents to destroy the country during the Civil War. Joining us now to discuss the state of the nation of Liberia and his ambition to become the next president of the West African country is Joseph Yuma Boaka, former vice president of Liberia and the presidential candidate of the Unity Party of Liberia. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, quickly, you've been Minister of Agriculture.
That's right.
You've been Vice President, yes. 2006 to 2018. And now you say you want to be a president. You are 78. The man that is there, George Weah, he may be in the opposition party, but he belongs to a younger generation. What is the ambition? What's the proposition? Why do you think you need to go back there to help the people of Liberia?
Well, I always say that whatever is chasing you, if it doesn't stop running, you can't stop running. Our country had not seen the kind of leadership that is needed to transform that country. And Mr. Weah is not a person to do it. We knew it but we gave them the chance to take him. And now we know very well that it's not a test. We know for sure that was not cut off for that. And so we cannot allow our country to degenerate further.
Well, how has Liberia degenerated under the leadership of President Weah? Although I understand he's been away since October watching football.
That's right.
In Qatar. But that can be the big problem. What exactly do you
And I did say that Mr. Weah's presence in the country and his absence were all the same, except that when he's absent, he takes the money away. Mr. Weah, we all know that he was not really cut off for this kind of job. Mr. Weah is doing exactly what he's cut off for. And Liberia, when we were in power, Liberia was removed from being a failed state to a country that was giving hope to the people. We put in better infrastructure. We were able to remove the stigma of a nation that was failing. And right now, you go to Liberia, people who know Liberia, the country has gone backward in every area. It's all corruption, stealing with impunity. A country that is on autopilot because there's no leadership. And we cannot continue to risk the future of unborn generation, not to even mention the ones that are there, young people that just languishing. And so we need to rescue Liberia.
All right. We hear you that we need, or you need to rescue Liberia.
No, thank you so much. We'll pause the video here for now. We'll pick up from right there, folks. You all saw the video. We have Mr. Kane just joined us. We have Uma Yasindi just joined us as well. Like we said today, the way we are going about this is we'll pause the video, speak on a given issue. This is a very, very interesting interview. You will get to listen to it, but we'll go portion by portion. Let me welcome Mr. Kane first to the show. Mr. Kane, welcome. Before I welcome my Uma really cool. Mr. Kane, welcome back to the show. How are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be on camera. I'm going to be working, but I'm going to be here throughout the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm also happy to share the platform today with, she used to be my wife, but I'll call her my ex-wife now because she divorced me unknown to myself. But it's good to be here with Yasindi. She's a very passionate person when it comes to Liberia. And all the great people are here today. Mung is here. I think Ali, that's Ali, right? On the other side.
Yeah, Ali.
Ali is also here. So it's like we have a full package today. Yeah. And I would say full package plus one. Full package plus Yasindi, that one, that makes it a bomb. So I'm very happy to be here. And we're going to have a very, very fruitful conversation. There's no quiet time in Liberia. Yes. Everything we got something going on. And we have bad leadership. Also, we have some bad electrics. People that can vote for the bad people. Yeah, but I think the good people are more than the bad people. And little by little, people are getting to understand the need to actually got to work and get good people, to power. So I will stop there for now. I'm happy to be here and to share the platform with all of you, and we'll be here to talk about the issues that matter to the country and the people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, folks. Today you will not hear me becoming social. Uma here, so I gotta behave myself and put my life together. Oma, welcome to the show. What's up?
Thank you, Steve. It's good being here at Melbourne. I Alio, Sekou, Brazilian monk. Sekou, you can never divorce me, so just leave that one aside. I'm like what do you call it? Welcome to California, right? I'm like California. You can come in, you can go out. So, but and Steve is really good being here. I am not surprised. The video you played today, I think I posted on my Facebook a lot. This was just before the elections in Nigeria, where this president was promising, but the president also promised that he was the most experienced. He is the one who understood the issue of Liberia the most because he was the most experienced. He understands the language that he speaks. He understands their struggles. But then we asked the question, how many of those countries and the people has he visited? The way we visit the hospital issue about our mothers who are giving birth to Liberian children. Does he know the rest of the world in the country? So I'm honored to be here to have this conversation. Anything about Liberia, anytime, any day, I'm up and available. Thank you so much for having me. Melbourne, thank you also.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Folks, let's share the show, please. This is very interesting. This is very important for us to have some of these conversations. Today, we are going to get full into the conversation. But Monk, let me get your honest take on what you just heard, the preliminary conversations you heard from the president. Talking about President George, we are traveling. Basically laying the conversation about George, we are traveling. His absence, the only difference is when he goes. What say you vis-a-vis the president going with 20 people to another country, to Japan? But not only that, the president has been on numerous trips. What say you?
Well, Joseph Boakai came to the presidency with certain advantages for the fact that they were there for 12 years. Under Madam Salif, Liberia was described as a failed state. So the credit you were given from the international community or people that are monitoring Madam Salif 12 years administration, they will say she took the country from a failed state to resuscitating a country that was already considered to be a failed state. What Joseph Boakai said about the former president, they are all true. The only difference is you cannot separate Joseph Boakai from the former president. I think one early student put it best. The only difference is the energy level. When both of them get drunk, one is capable of waking up in the morning and the other one need to take a day off before he can kind of gather energy to work the following day. Because he talked about the country beyond autopilot, that we are presence or absent means almost the same thing. And he said he was never built for that job. He was never cut off for that work. And Joseph Boakai is 100% right about that. George Weah was never meant to be president. George Weah was blessed with I don't know how to describe it, some kind of a special gift from a much higher power in terms of soccer. I don't know how you can transfer the talent from soccer to the presidency as being the commander-in-chief. And he said everything right. The only difference is at this stage when we do the comparative analysis, you cannot separate yourself from George Weah. But the one thing that Joseph Boakai came with, I would say he came from an administration that people gave credit. You might say Madam Salih had her own fault, but at least where they took the country from. Joseph Boakai was number 2. So when you put the experience, the fact that he been in the corridors of government for 40 years, the fact is he served as vice president, Madam Salih. Yes, people can give him the nudge because that's why I keep making the analogy. George Weah and Joseph Boakai are like 2 midgets going to a hard competition. One might be a little taller, but they still cannot reach the bare requirement. And when he talked about being autopilot, like you said, this particular conference or this expo that is coming up in Japan, I spent the whole night last night researching this thing. And it's deeper than you think. I don't know what Liberia is attending that because Japan is kind of a high tech. In the case of Liberia, it seems like people can just go on the internet now and search for these international conferences, register, because for them it's business, it's money-making opportunity. And in Liberia, the Irish president is sitting there believing that these guys are coming to solicit for jobs, for investors. No, that's a lie. Because when you look at the economy of Japan, when you go into the Japanese economy, they are into high tech, they are into biochemical, they are into artificial intelligence. Japan is even more industrialized than the United States. So the idea that you can go to an expo, because when you go to an expo, you are either carrying an idea or product or service to go and advertise. So companies, or countries that Japan is making strategic investment in, that people are already into some kind of a manufacturing or into high tech, like Rwanda, like Ethiopia. These are the countries. I don't know if you go to an expo. I want to ask anyone from the Boakai administration to give a highlight as to what they are going to exhibit at that expo in Japan. They call it the TCAT 9. And the event, they call it the thematic events, where you can go and showcase your idea or your technology or something. And then the Japanese government will be able to invest into that. It's a partnership program with the World Bank and the IMF as well. So I will stop there for now because we are 6 minutes. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, let me get Mr. Kana quickly on this. Mr. Kana, I want to stick on the conversation of the president taking large delegates on numerous occasions to different trips. He might not have gone to stay for 56 days, 57 days, like he and later pointing out to President George Weah. But my question to you is, first of all, I've noticed something that's very interesting about President Joseph Boakai. He refused to even acknowledge President George Weah as president. He keep calling him Mr. Weah while he was still the sitting president. That's one part of my question. The second part of my question is, are these guys just lavishing money? Are these guys just wasting money because it costs? The hotel, the feeding, and all of the things are expensive coming from the government's pocket. Why? What say you, Mr. Kane? What's going on?
Yes, first of all, to your first part of the question, Joseph Boakai did not recognize George Weah as a president simply because Joseph Boakai believed then that George Weah did not deserve to be president. Joseph Boakai believed, after serving with Ellen for 12 years, he thought he was the suitable person for the job. And Joseph Boakai also thought, because of his age, he thought that was the last opportunity for him to become president because they were the government in power. And he had the blessing of the president in power, but he did not win the election because he thought that was his chance to win. But then down the line, before the campaign got to a certain level, Ellen indicated that she was with George Weah, but she said it's time for a generational change. So he was angry. He was an angry man. So he never recognized George Weah as anything but somebody who come and destroy his opportunity. So that was because of anger. But you know, whatever you do today, now Seditions and other Liberians, they call Joseph Boakai Mr. Boakai.
Yeah.
George Weah, Mr. Weah, as opposed to calling him President Weah. So when I listened to some guys calling him Mr. Boakai, I was a little bit taken aback, but then when I made some research and I found out that he started it. So that is that. When it comes to traveling, Joseph Boakai is like a guy who grew up in a village, or a guy who grew up in a city but was poor. You never had good clothes to wear, you never had anything, to impress beautiful girls. And sometimes you see some girls and you got crushed on some of them, but it's too high level for them. When that kind of person live his whole youthful life with nothing, with limited fun, no enjoyment, when that person get the opportunity, even at a dying age, they will want to follow all the young girls that they missed in the past. Even some of the ones that used to bluff them, even at their old age, they want to just make sure they go around them just to settle school with them. Joseph Boakai was not president. Joseph Boakai lived all his life in government, but he never had the privilege. And Joseph Boakai, where he is right now, Joseph Boakai is sick. So Joseph Boakai want to enjoy himself before he died. Plain and simple. He want to travel the world. He want to enjoy the presidency. He want to settle the budget for his family, for his children and grandchildren, so that they can live luxurious life, things that he missed, things that he never, opportunity that he never had, so that they can have that opportunity. So that after Joseph Boakai, the Joseph Boakai family, both in Sierra Leone and the ones in Liberia, they will live luxurious life until Judgment Day. So Joseph Boakai is enjoying. Other people who are traveling with Joseph Boakai, they're not traveling for any other reason. They're traveling for kickback. the incentives, the bonuses they get for for traveling. So Joseph Njima Boakai and all the people then that are working with him, Jowea O, that used to be Row. All the kicks back Joseph Jowea used to get it from Row Construction. When they go, they will allocate 3 million. Then maybe 1.5 million or 1 million will go to the road, and the other 2 million they divide. Joseph Mobaka when they're traveling. So every now and then they're traveling. There's a budget. There are money allocated for all of those things, but they will not use it until they create some kind of fake travel. And what they are doing, like Mon said, even you check the website right now, you check internet right now, we have more than 200, 300, 400, 500 conferences coming up in the United States for this month, and the months going forward. You can pay for it to register, to enter. So what they do now, they need their money. They're using the country money to pay for some of those conferences so that they can travel and have access to the bonuses and incentives that comes, that come with the, with their traveling, the traveling allowance. Even Daryl Dillon and all of them, that's the reason why they are doing it. So even Joe Baka get a chance to travel with 50 people, 100 people, he will do that. Because the money not comes from their pocket, the country money, and they want to take it. That's it. Thank you.
Let me go quickly to my Omar Yasendi here. I see that the government is moving around, but then not only Joseph Boakai moving around, since he came to the presidency, which he's never come back with anything. My question is, Senator Darius Dillon and the rest of the other people, is Darius Dillon involved with technology? Is he a tech person? Does Liberia have the infrastructure to be able to attract tech companies from Japan? Because that's what they're known for. Do we have stable electricity in the country to even attract Japan's attention to come and invest in Liberia? What say you? Where are we headed?
Thank you, Steve. I'm going to come back to that really quickly, but I wanted to amplify where Sekou just said, and Brazilian Martin to spoke on that. I just pulled up on my page. I'm looking here and see World Congress 2025 Summit, the different summits that they're doing. I've seen the Joker, I see the Darius Dillon in Rwanda, in different countries, and see that they're representing Liberia. Liberia does not have the infrastructure. To begin with, if you want to go to a nation that is that advanced, okay, Japan is known for technology, almost like Israel. Fishing, because it's an island. Rice farming, they use the swamp to rice farm. In fact, they give Liberia every year, okay, tons of rice. Remember the purple rice? It was Japan. The one we were just talking about that they just gave this year is Japan. They give us tons of rice. In return, we allow them to fishing in our international water, okay, in our sea. So no, Liberia is not in the position to, and even if Liberia was, Dillon wouldn't be that person. He does not have the acumen, or nor does he have the ability. He does not have the education. He does not have the background. I don't know how many way I can put it for to hear the people. This is not here, those are facts, okay? And a majority, look, see, we live in a technologically advanced world today. People do business, multi-million, billion-dollar business via Zoom, okay? Different web via, we are doing it right now. You and I are sitting in different aspects of the world, and we're doing that. No, Liberia does not. To begin with, what is the plan? First, you have to have a plan. What is the plan as to where they want to lead Liberia, okay? What is the plan for tomorrow to say, okay, in the next 9 months, we want to make sure that every countryside in Liberia, they can listen to radio. We want to make sure we have some sort of power source that people have access to computers, all right? Our children are sitting on the floor. Our children are building mud buildings so they can go to school, all right? Those are facts. they're in the result of our wives or wife for that matter. So no, if you're asking me for this, I concur what Sekou said and what Monk said. Papa Bwaka, you don't know, and let me come back here. Ellie never consented to Bwaka running. Okay. When Ellie asked the Liberian people for a second, because Ellie had said she was just going to run for one term. So when she came back and said, let's finish what we started. After the second term, we're going to exit. She said, we will exit and the young people will take over. When the time came, Bwaka never spoke because I had an opportunity to meet with Bwaka many times in 2014, 2015, okay, late 2015. And he was not talking. When we asked him, he said he did not know yet. The only word he used, he was a parked car in a garage, pulling out. So when he decided that he will run, what happened when Ellen did not endorse him? He sent his people out to insult this woman on her birthday. You can remember, okay? That was the payback. So it didn't take Ellen. So Bwaka is living his life. I also know for a fact that the drugs in the country, they and their family are behind it. I'm going to stop here. Thank you.
Mr. Masale, let's come to you quickly before we listen to the next segment because this is going to get very interesting. Mr. Masale, you support the CDC, and I'm not putting you out there, but just for the record, I just want to ask you this question in response to what, because President Joseph Yuma Bwaka directly, the opening of this interview, we should have been talking about his policy and other things, went directly at President George Weah by indicating that he will go and, stay over there and not bring anything or whatever it is. But the bottom line here is he refused to call President George Weah President George Weah. Is that why Seditians and other people who support President George Weah calls President Joseph Yuma Bwaka Mr. Bwaka on a daily basis?
But for that, Steve, I can speak to that. Everybody have their own way of doing things. Maybe other people will say because he never recognized the former president by calling him President Weah, so we too would not recognize him. Everybody have their way of thinking. But for me, I like it. I call you Joseph Yuma Bwaka. I like it. I call you President Bwaka. Now you're adding title to people, I don't care about that. So for me, I can call him President Joseph Yuma Bwaka. I call you President Bwaka. I call you Mr. Bwaka. Anyway, I don't know how other people think out there the reason why they call him Joseph Yuma Bwaka, President Bwaka. So I can really speak to that.
Okay, well, thank you. Maybe let's roll the tip a little more because now we're about to get into the actual policies and other things that are going on in the country apart from the trip. Let's roll the tip just a little bit here.
What's your plan? I know we talked about the AREST. So can you detail how you hope to rescue Liberia?
I came with the arrest, and I didn't put 2 arrows because we didn't want to frighten anybody. Arrest, AREST. The immediate plan is to start with what most of the people know in the area I have been in, that is agriculture. Because in agriculture, 70 to 80% of our people, where we were able to raise their lives, produce marketing, where I came from, people were able to send their children to school. But we believe that agriculture will not do well if you don't have good roads. So we go to the R and we talk about roads. I think Mr. Weah misunderstood me when I said road number 1, road number 2, road number 3. I was not talking about this community roads and just for the sake of putting something maybe and making money. I'm talking about roads that are very strategic to development. Roads, farm-to-market roads that help to reduce prices because of the possibility of people moving with commodities and keeping prices low. Roads that are able for medical facilities and even for education. Then I went to E, arrest, education. The number of children that we had in school had dropped drastically. Firstly, because of the lack of good teachers, access to good schools, children sitting on the floor, and there's nobody that even has a feeling that life is beyond them. Then you go to the sanitation. We are in developing country. We are not advanced in curative medicine. But if you keep the communities clean, if you take sanitation and keep the people in the rural community, you give them clean environment, and even in the urban area, if you go to Monrovia today, everywhere is garbage, everywhere. Good health start with good environment. So then you talk about LRT tourism. Liberia has the possibility for tourism. And that tourism combined with the hospitality industry will create some jobs for the young people immediately. They'll be able to give opportunity to the rural community in the cottage industry. They'll be able to give the young people a job in the management of hotels and things that will give them the confidence that there is a future for them.
All right. So I'd like to delve into the politics of Liberia, going back to the post-war politics of Liberia and how things are pretty much run. And a lot of people are also saying that you are part of the old guard. And why are you trying to run in a country that is largely dominated by young people? You served in Samuel Doe's government. And President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf couldn't openly endorse you while the elections went on and on, because it was stated that she come out to say that I'm not supporting any of the two candidates when he went to runoff before the incumbent president, George Weah, got in. So a lot of people are saying you're part of the old guard, and what is this vendetta? That things are not probably as you say they are, but they also agree to the fact that yes, there's been massive corruption and all of that. But what new are you going to bring to Liberia? Because you are part of the old guard. You've been in and out of the circle of power since '83, since the Doe time.
Yes, but I also have a record that goes with me. I served, and once I was asked that why can you do as president that you couldn't do as vice president, and I said, if you want to see a race car, you put it on the racetrack, not in the garage. As vice president, the Constitution is well unclosed to say the vice president presides over the Senate without a vote, except there's a tie. A vice president assists the president. To assist the president is a matter of choice, whether the president wants to be assisted or not. And my records show that I assisted the president very well. The fact that she went the way she went, well, she knows it better than I. But I belong to Liberia, that's my country, and I have a right constitutionally to run for president because I still believe that there are a lot I can offer that country that I have not been given the chance to do. And that's my right constitutionally.
Thank you, Milburn. Okay, Joseph Boakai still believes that he has a lot to offer to the country, but he has not been given the opportunity. Let me come quickly to Mr. Aliyu. Aliyu, Joseph Boakai hits the road running again, saying that he wants to do this road thing. Does it mean that the CDC-led administration did nothing about road? Does it mean that all the B-Moyo are passing around calling Joya bad road medicine? Joseph Boakai is saying that bad road medicine thing, that true, that so lie or carry on your the seditions and people who support Joseph and support George Weah. What say you quickly?
Okay, yeah, thank you there, Stephen. The records are there. If President Boakai say on the previous administration, yeah, run with rule, and there was nothing done. Since he came to power, we haven't seen any groundbreaking ceremony that he has done on any road project. And everything that he's doing today, these are projects from the previous administration. And if you listen to him, he said in his inauguration speech that whatsoever Mr. Weah was doing, the good way he was doing, where he stopped, we will start from there. And I agree with him. I will agree with him 100% when it comes to that. Government is continuity, and that's what he's doing today. So, if the previous administration wasn't doing anything about road, what are the new roads that he's building now, farm to market road? Every road project they are carrying on, when you listen to his public works minister, these are projects from the previous administration. So that was a lie, a deception right down there to the Liberian people. He lied on that.
Thank you. Let me go quickly to my woman. Are you there? I have a question about Joseph Yuma Boakai from the educational status standpoint. Today, I think we got a recording of when they reported from the WIAC, the man in charge. We got a recording, but I don't know if we'll play, but we'll play after the show, or at some point we'll play it. Liberian students, we also have a recording where Liberian, the young children are sitting in literally water. There was a picture from, I think, the foyer of Vanjaman High School or somewhere. The building is dilapidated, broken down and everything. But lastly, the WIAC resort, very, very bad. Very, very bad for the country. About 51,000 students took it and only 822 passed. That speaks volume of the educational system. My question to you is, what do you say when Joseph Yuma Boakai criticized the previous government that they were going to prioritize education, they were going to do all these things that he said? How do you react to these things?
Oh, Steve, I actually wrote the post earlier, and I said in my post before I go ahead, out of 51,791 senior students, only 822 passed 5 or more subjects in the WIAC. Okay, this is deeply troubling. Now let's understand this. When we talk about education, it's not only going to school and somebody teaching you. And Steve, number one, your child has to be in the attitude of learning, meaning that child needs food. That child needs their brain fed. That child needs to be healthy. That child needs to be in a healthy environment. The teachers have to be healthy, all right? They have to be trained. They have to understand professionalism, and they have to know why they're there. When you have 60,000 of your teachers as volunteers, no pay, they're not on salary. So you talk about priorities. When you have children sitting on the floor, okay, in a mud house with Colombo door, you have children in a building with no bathroom. They got to go behind their own bathroom. They're behind their own building to use it when the wind blows. All the air from their own feces come into their nose. I've experienced it. I was at the school in Liberia, and I have allergy. The moment the air blows, my nose goes. So literally, for anyone who bought into the Boakai story, most of the people who were running campaign for Boakai, they knew that he could not do this job. But it was not about Liberia. It was about them and their family. When you started the conversation, your voice was, he came to make sure he situated his family because he had gone bankrupt after making millions. According to Boakai, he started in government when he was 23 years old. He was the youngest minister in Liberia, okay, on October. In fact, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's husband worked under him. And majority of the people that he worked with, in fact, all of them had died, according to him. It's in the interview with what do you call it? I think BBC. I can send it to you later. Those are his voice, okay? So, number one, what is the plan for education? Mere talk is cheap. They have no plan, all right? The John Malou, no disrespect to him. My brother George Wallace, The rest of them who came on board, the Cassidy, the Steve Koya, the Bidel Cindy, and the rest of them, they did not come to impact Liberia. Majority of them, after 6 years, in fact, after the second year, Bwaka were already begging. So he has never done it. Where has he done it? He said he was fully deployed. Ellen Johnson Stanley used him. And no, the VP has to roll. The VP has to roll to play because the VP is the second brain of the president. When he sees that the agenda of the president does not align with the agenda that is being proffered, it is his responsibility to try to convince that president and say that's not what we came to power for. Number one, the over 60 construction contract that was signed, all right, he was there. He didn't convince anybody and said this is not good for Liberia, so long he got his cut. So he has no plan. So Waka has failed just as we have failed. And Mong says, somebody has said, the only difference between Wia and Bwaka, I would say, is two. One is young and still have the energy to get an after party and go to work and just sit there. Then the other one is old. When he's done, he declared. But here it is. Bwaka, we have record of where his talent is. Liberian people knew that. And they still put him there. He told them that was not his place. Bwaka does not have the talent, never had no history, even after being given almost 50 years of chance. That's my thought.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Let me go straight to Mr. Kana here, because Mr. Kana is in the political side of this thing here. Mr. Kana, some people say this is politics, this is a normal talk that politicians say. 1 minute, Joseph Bwaka was saying he wasn't given an opportunity, but another minute he said he said fully in the capacity. Another minute he's saying that they squandered opportunity. Mr. Kana, which one is which?
Yeah, again, I want to say thank you, to everybody on the set. Actually, for me, going back to these things is a waste of time. Especially all of these things we are talking right now. Those who supported Joseph Bwaka, like Yasini rightly said, they knew that Joseph Bwaka was not up to the task, that he does not understand, he does not have the energy, he has no technical know-how whatsoever to lead. Everything Joseph Bwaka have touched have died. So to expect Joseph Bwaka to do anything different than we know him to be is just delusional. What I want to say here is that, I came on the show, I didn't want to interrupt or somehow come and take over the show. But as a media institution, Sktv, we follow the happenings in the country. Everything going on in the country, we prioritize what really is going on in the country at the time. Even spending some of our time playing Joseph Bwaka or something, for me, if I don't want running the show, I will not even waste my time on it. Because it's like beating on a dead horse, because he's not going to go anywhere. Joseph Bwaka is retired, psychologically. Mentally, he's retarded. Even though he's the president, the own vice president said that. So, I don't know, because I came on the show maybe a little bit late, but something big happened today in Liberia. And whether or not I was part of the CMC, I think that's something that warrants a national conversation, wherein the CMC went to Nima County, Sanikole to be specific. The amount of human beings that came out today to show support to the CMC, I think that should actually be part of our national conversation, as opposed to spending our time on a retired man or retired guy who are bent on, destroying the country, looting the country, taking everything for themselves. like yesterday said, Barker had enough time to enrich his family, to post something for his family for their future. But he never did. So now Barker is angry at himself. You know who's paying for it? Liberia and the Liberian people. All the time he lost, all the opportunity that he said he squandered. The Liberian people now are the one paying for it. So I think what happened today in Sanikole, Nimba County, it deserves Liberia's attention because all the major media outlets were there. I don't want to call names, but all the major media outlets were there. It was carried on radio. It was on all social media platforms. So for me to come here and never heard about it, I think that's not fair. We the CMC people then. But again, you guys can run the show the way you want to run it.
Oh, maybe all
the video you're playing, all the Jono Baga old video. Why not play the video, the real video everything that happened today? So that people can see.
Yeah, I think maybe you should have done the
let me conclude. You can talk. Let me conclude. That's why I say I came on the show a little late. I say I don't know, but all the time you spend playing Jono Baka's video, for me it was a waste of time. A lot of people looking forward. We're not going behind. Joe Barker is a history. A United Party will be history in 2029. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane, we are begging you and the ANC, the CMC people, going forward, if you guys, let's say if you guys have something that you want for us to play or whatever it is on the show, maybe you can send it to us ahead of time, or you can inform us or alert us. We can work with you, but we also encourage you guys to send a representative too. Then it makes it easier for us. You know, so I understand what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. But please, going forward, if you guys can just alert us or
say, my man, Jono Baga don't send you the video you're playing.
We want to get a research because that's a
okay. I want to respond to you. Jono Baga never say your video. Jono Baga never say representative. Let me tell you, everything that happened, you did research. What about the one that happened right before your eyes? They don't require any research.
The people who ruling are the people who got our money. So
but they are destroying the country. The people are coming to remove them. So we are coming to remove them now. You're gonna holler us too. Come on now. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's not fair, man. It's not fair to all. But anyway,
Mr. Khan, let me say sorry. Actually, you're right, because sometimes even during our introductory part, sometimes we play a lot of videos, but maybe the chairman, sometimes you come 5 or 10 minutes, maybe before that time. But again, yes, indeed, we always doing that. So we will look at that also in passing, maybe or starting from next week. We will play some of your video there at least, but all we're doing that, though, Chairman, but maybe you haven't seen that. But again, thanks to all of you for job well done today. Let me join the rest of the people and say thank you so much for job well done. I call it Nima, but still go ahead.
Yeah, let me go to Mark question. But again, Sekou raised a great point. We'll really hope that, like you said, going forward, you get some of those videos, play them as well. But Mark, let me ask you this question. The president seemed to enumerate lots of policies. The few days I saw in Liberia, I saw the trash can. Maybe that I brought a different country. I saw the dirt in the city. But the president talked about sanitation. The president talked about lots of different things in terms of policies that they intended to roll, to change this, to change that. Mark, where have you seen some of these policies being effective with it? It's almost 2 years now. Where are we?
Well, the same thing like you see with the speeches, whether it's the July 26th or whatsoever. I mean, a fool can go into a basement and read a policy document all he wants. It takes a brilliant man to execute ideas and pull it into practice. That's why they call the president chief executive. It's a particular kind of a skill set. You don't learn it in school. You learn it over a lifetime, from different professional background. When you are the leader of the country, what they call the chief executive, you get your hands dirty, you are strategic in your thinking when you come to implementation. So I could care less. We are not short on policy, we are not short on ideas, we are short on implementation. We just cannot find the right people to get a job done. So I could care whether I call it arrest or you can call it incarceration. I know at the end of the day, he won't be able to implement anything he puts on paper. Typical example, like we're talking about this whole issue of the Japanese seminar. Because when you look at it, the TICAD 9, it's a symposium and a seminar combined, it's like series of events. And this year, it's all about digital impact, communication infrastructure, artificial intelligence, medical technology, and scaling up mobilization for technology, investment in the food system. Do you think, Liberia, if I was to call someone from Joseph Boakai administration in the 5-minute elevator pitch to fit any of the conditions I just mentioned? That's why I tell you, the only reason they are going on that trip is a money-making adventure. Don't forget the way how the president budget is structured. You must exhaust the budget over the course of a fiscal year. That's why they give themselves almost like $88,000 for domestic travel. They get up to $300,000 for international travel. So they just got people in the foreign ministry that will sit there, do their basic research, look for business conferences, international conferences, because they see it as a money-making adventure. Most of them will work with maybe $6,000, $7,000, or up to $10,000 in stipends in per diem. They will get concierge services. They will sleep in some of the fanciest hotel in Tokyo. They will eat the nicest meal, the sushi. They will come back with nothing. But the average person in Liberia will believe that these guys are going to look for investors, when in fact, the crux of this particular international conference, Liberia cannot even meet the bare minimum. So it's just a waste of time. But like I always say, the only entity on the planet where people are given the legal right to spend other people's money is in government. So you can expect that. It will never end. We saw one in Texas. We saw one in Atlanta. We saw one in South Korea. The list goes on and on. Joseph Boakai just came to the Trump White House. A man who believe in, job creation and investment. You came to Trump White House. Why do you walk away with? You cannot even clarify anything that you got at that meeting. But here you are. He's in Tokyo going to a technology seminar and symposium. What do you expect? It's just free money, my brother. Nothing more.
Well, folks, if you're just joining us, we're kind of reviewing, taking a step back, reminding the we agree people that we are agreeing with them, that we agree to where the country is. Those of you who are celebrating beautiful English, as you can see, beautiful English folks. Japan is not an English-speaking country. So I know how you will look at that. Yeah, Japan is not an English-speaking country. So if you came to the man who can speak English, understand English, you get 5 cents from one of the men who can speak English. That the one who you gotta use interpreter that they play when they money. So Dylan began tech now. He tech savvy. He understands.
No, Steve. Let me just come in 1 second here. The reason you see Dylan on the chair, because that's why they brought the rescue mission. Dylan is the chair on foreign affairs. So every time Joseph Boakai makes an international trip, also another money-making scheme for Dylan, because he must be on that trip, whether he's needed or not, whether he put an idea in or not. The fact that he's the chair on foreign affairs in the Senate, it means that every international trip, he will be on that trip. He will be on the A-list or list.
But I mean, that means also getting a cut, right? Because all of them getting
about. But he will receive one of the highest.
So, Mom, what is the role of the foreign affairs minister? I don't see the foreign affairs people here in Washington following Donald Trump around. That's where you got.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Well, that's it. That's Liberia for you, because you get a foreign affairs minister and other people from the foreign ministry. But in the case of Dylan, that's where you got to pick and choose. That's why I keep telling you, when you are gauging this whole international stuff from a profit and the investment standpoint, you will not want to carry a guy like Dylan. But for them, okay, I will ask you, why would they carry the Freeport manager to do what? Are they carrying a port manager, right? Is he into technology? Is he into artificial intelligence? But he's there. So for Dylan, expect to see Dylan on every international trip. For the fact that he's from the Senate, he on the rescue train. Matter of fact, they were the architect of this whole rescue mission being successful. So Dylan, like I said, when you look at Joseph Boakai, maybe he'll be one of the top earners on that list in terms of stipends and per diem. So when Dylan coming back, maybe he's coming with another 10 or 15 grand. I mean, just for extra. So think about making 5 or 6 or 10 different trips in the year. That's money making for him. The same way the president is making money, I bet you the least they will spend on that trip will be nothing less than $500,000. Because they are 20-something, and when you look at the daily activities and all that.
More is $1 million, not $500,000.
No, I'm just talking about the lower end.
But 60,000 of our teachers have no paycheck.
But let me ask Mr. Cannon a question. Let me ask Mr. Cannon a question because I think this question is important vis-a-vis what's going on in the country and what's happening. Mr. Cannon, Joseph Boakai talk about role and role whatever he keeps talking about. But my question to you is vis-a-vis what the CMC is doing or whatever it is. Last time we saw that the CMC went to, I think it was Bapolu, trying to do a project there, the bridge or whatever it is, and it seemed like it got overshadowed. Now, here's what I wanted to ask you. What do you make of the government saying that they're bringing road to implement this, but then yet they're stopping other people from meeting the needs of the Liberian people? How do you reconcile both?
Yeah, so Joseph Boakai said that we are ran with the roll without understanding it. In fact, we are, instead of focusing on trying to market role, we was being a community role. Okay. Granted, Jowia was doing community role, was not even high level, well structured roles. But yeah, Jowia were doing that. Jowia was doing those things. Joseph Boakai now, who's supposed to build farm to market road? What has he done? Joseph Boakai can go to your own town, You got to pass through Sierra Leone. Okay, Joseph Boakai said the area, the reason why arrest start with the A because of agriculture. Just look at Joseph Boakai budget. How much money is in it for agriculture versus what is in it for his research trips and other things that they've been taking? What is in it for Liberia? What is in it for Liberian farmers? What has been the investment of Joseph Boakai in the private sector when it comes to farming? Nothing. So, like I said, whether road construction, whether agriculture, whether very economic, everything Joseph Boakai promised. Everything was fiasco. These things, they can say it for political expediency, but they don't mean it. All they wanted to do, all they wanted to get is to get to power. Now they are in power. All the guys are traveling because they are making money. Liberian people money, they're taking the money and using it the way they want to use it. And believe that Liberian people, they don't have the capacity to understand or to know the bad things they are doing. That's why they don't care about anything. Other than that, the road in Bapolu, the bridge in Bapolu, CMC was trying to build. Joseph Boakai decided to say no. They don't want the CMC to gain any strength in the Western Belt, to include Bomi, Bapolu, and Cape Mount. So, in short, Joseph Boakai means nothing for Liberia. Joseph Boakai has nothing to offer to Liberia. You know, the party has absolutely nothing to offer to Liberia. Everything they do, they're going to spend the time they are there right now to enrich themselves, to rid the country, to abuse power that was given to them by the Liberian people. But again, my only hope is that Liberian people will understand that these people just came to loot the country, they came to corrupt the country, and they will leave nothing there. So Liberian people should just wake up 2029 to make sure. If we're not wait for 2029. Liberian people can get on the street right now and say, Joseph Boakai, stop spending our money, stop the corruption. Or Joseph Boakai should step down because of being corrupt. You talk about Jowia face the get on the road project because maybe want to make money. You know what Joseph Boakai did? When they came to power, they took $22 million, gave it to their public works minister. The making said they used $8 million. What happened to the other $40 million?
No, it was 24. The actual figure was 24 million.
Okay, 24 million. They mentioned they couldn't use 8 million. The rest of the money, nobody can find it. So the king, so they were angry. They were angry that Jowia came, used road to make money. So everything Jowia made in 6 years, Joseph Boakai came and made it in the first 3 months for himself.
Okay. Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question before we open the lines here. Omar, I will come to you, Masale. Where are we? Because one time Sekou on the show when the United Party first took over, asking this question to describe the United Party-led administration, he said it was stable. Where are we vis-a-vis 1 minute they arrest a general, another minute the reconvening cabinet meeting to strategically, I know what kind of thing they can be writing, to strategically strategize on this and I just don't understand. Where are we?
See, we're on a merry-go-round. Liberian people, most of you who have never seen a merry-go-round is a fake horse. When you get on the back of a horse, you're going somewhere, right? But when you're on a merry-go-round, you're just going in circle. So we're not going anywhere. The country is not stable, as evidenced by the amount of children, young people that you're seeing in the street. I saw a young man yesterday in the gutter on drugs. I saw another one that literally their eyeball was stretching out of their head, and some people were trying to help to give this young man some milk to kind of calm down. I mean, like, I just got a picture from the graveyard. I want people to understand this, and Steve. According to the United Nations Special Envoy who led the peace accord in Liberia, he says 70% of the people who fought was young people under the age of 18. He said all those young people were dropped. And when they asked them to disarm them, the agreement was Liberia were going to get fundings for them to be rehabilitated, reintegrated. Jobs were going to be created for them. That's why the billions were pumped into the country. Liberian got those money. UP-led government got those money. They increased their own salary. They broke down some part of the system. They said they were building the system. Joseph Boakai was part of that. Okay? And we did nothing. So the country right now, thinking about ahead of the LDA saying the big people are behind the drugs. And I want to agree with him. If you get $100 million drug coming to the country and evidence disappear, a week later, another $100 million come. Then $780,000 drug caught at the border between Lofa and Sierra Leone. And all of the border, we got about 176 borders. They're all empty. When you go to Johnsonville, Dupo Road, I got a lot of information where people are saying, we call these people and tell them who's selling the drugs. But what we found out is when they leave, the people come and threaten us because these people are providing direction for them. So our country is not on autopilot. It's headed for Mount Everest. Okay, Sekou, let me agree with Sekou. Until the Liberian, how democracy works, the Liberian people will have to understand and say, hell no, this is not coming anymore. You promised us this, or you need to go. You can't do the job, let us know. It has to be the Liberian people. And let me say to this, Sekou is good. We want to rush 2029. But people are dying before we get to 2029. Something needs to be done now. 2029 is 4 years away. We don't know how many of us will perish before we get there. So we need to put in action and encourage our people to stand up to ask this government to do what is right. But I don't think they have any intention of doing what is right, or they need to go. What do we say to Wia? If you can't leave, leave. If Boakai cannot leave and keep his promise, then let him leave. So we're saying no to drugs. No to drugs, that's not an answer. There must be mechanism. There must be strategy. There must be funding. Somebody just spoke about the budget. What's in the budget for the Liberian people? If you look at that, you know Boakai priority. So we're headed for the Mount Everest. We're not on autopilot anymore. The plane is on its own. Not that the machine in it is working. Thank you.
Quickly, Mr. Masale, let me hear from you regarding the no to the drugs. Things seem to be increasing. My question to you is, I see most recently citizens are breaking down ghettos by themselves. What is this new thing? Is the government enabling citizens to go break down ghetto? Are we in a country now where you choose to say, oh, ghetto in my own area, are the law enforcement officer now? I should go there and we'll gather our little group, we'll go break the other quote unquote ghetto down, and we'll do this. Why is the people from the ghetto too Porter resistant? Where are we with this thing?
Or Steve, the government, they are not supporting these people. But for me, in my mind, what I see or what I think of is like these people are doing this because of frustration. Yeah, that's why you see some of them, they are getting angry out there because this is a government that campaign heavily on drugs. We all know Josh, we are bringing Kush into the country. And it is quite unfortunate today we have seen about 3 to 4 different drugs in the country. People went, I think, August 7, and they were all in the street there seeing lawmakers among them. And they see lawmakers, they are the solution to the problem. And since then, there is nothing we have heard from the government. There is no policy put in place.
That's the picture.
Not here at the time. You see, this is a government that said drugs was a national emergency. As I said, we expect the drugs budget to increase. Then most of the budget in our country for President Bwaka, you cannot get rid of drugs, but try to minimize it. But today, if you listen to your own deputy director saying that the 3 branches of government are involved into this bringing of drugs into the country, and you cannot compare the drugs that are in the country now as compared to President Sktv and even the previous administration. So I think these people, they are doing the thing because of anger. The government is not putting no measures and policies in place to fight drugs. So they are doing it because of anger. That's what I see. But it is also risky for them. As you said, anytime they just dealer, you go bring the person place, they can come on you. Like the Madam just said just now, the budget is the biggest instrument among all. We say, looking at your budget, what they are going to see there for drugs, then they will know that you're ready to fight drugs. But instead, President Baka increasing your budget every budget year and cutting down the drugs budget. How is just national emergency in your government that you need to fight drugs? So I'm still
Thank you. Monk, I think you were on the same platform when Sekou answered the question about the government being unstable. Monk, would you have a say no to drug thing? DEA assistant director comes up and accuses the government of how officials or government officials involved in the drug thing. Where are we generally say with the whole rescue thing and the whole agenda of arrest? Where are we?
Well, the whole rescue agenda is off the rails. Like I said, it's just nothing but pet projects happening all over the country and people with bad time because they think that people are very gullible, that they will not keep track of everything Joseph Boakai said. Joseph Boakai is a walking contradiction. One minute he talking about trash, another minute he talking about tourism. No tourists come to a dirty country. No, you got to have better sanitation in place. And the whole thing, I tell people, I said it time in point. I want to say when as you get older, your way of doing things, the way you analyze things is different, right? You talk about a budget of $780 million. Drugs is not only an imminent threat, it's a future threat and a current existing threat. At this stage, it's beyond national security. Do you know how much was allocated in your 2024 budget for drugs? $3.5 million out of $780 million. You guess common sense. It's like you coming to me as a father, you say, Cyrus, mommy, I want you to help me. I want you to borrow me some money because I got so many problems. I'm yet to pay my rent. My children's school fees are not paid. I got medical billing. I say, Steve, that's $780. You know that in order for you to pay your children's school fee, you must first have a place to live. So your living place is the first and foremost, is a priority. I gave you $780 and you spent $3.50 out of $780. You think I'm going to take that problem seriously? I won't believe that it's a serious problem because the amount you spent, it tells me a lot. A budget of $700 to $800 million, and you spend $3.5 million on the imminent threat that faced the entire country. Why it says about, you think I care about Joseph Boakai agenda, why he put in the arrest, or all the acronyms he might sign, all this? So no, in reality, the budget alone, the budget is literally the financial interpretation of the president's vision. So you look at his budget and you know whether he's serious or he's unserious. Like I said, $3.5 million out of $780. You did the math. It almost like get you close to $800, and you spend $3.50 in equivalent. So Joseph Boakai is not a serious president, but it's up to the electorate. That's what Sekou said, we're beating on their horse. The elections are over. Are the Liberian people ready to think differently when it comes to leadership in our country? That's where the problem is. Are they willing to sit back, take a step back, and evaluate all the leaders or people that auditioning for the presidency to pick the best and the brightest among them? I'm yet to see that, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Maybe we can be optimistic, but I'm not going to place a bet on that because I guess what the country you find yourself, they will come from Japan again. There will be people calling on the show, telling to get him praise, to get him partial credit because they went to Japan. They are not interested in the outcome, or they are interested in pushing their individual political leaders. That's just why it is.
Mr. Kana, quickly before we go to the line, here, let me ask you this question: do you still believe that the government the Joseph Juma Boakai administration is unstable? Or do you have another adjective for them?
Yeah, Joseph Juma Boakai government started on a very bad footing. They could not even establish or form a fitting government for 30 months. And it's getting worse by the day. And they're also fighting among themselves. Well, you know, if you ask me, I still believe that Joseph Boakai government is inept, incompetent, and unstable. But before we go to the line, I just want to take this opportunity because SKTV, we don't do show on Sunday these days. But I want to take this time to say to the Liberian people listening to this broadcast, and those of you who are listening or will listen later on, I want to say thank you to the people of Nima County. On behalf of the CMC, I want to say thank you. I'm very proud of my Nimba people. I'm very proud to be from Nimba County. And what happened today, what CMC did today in Stanikole, the way the CMC was received by the people of Nimba County, the euphoria, the enthusiasm that we are seeing, all I got to tell you is to say thank you for making us proud. And probably Monday, or perhaps tomorrow, since CMC does not, SKTV does not do program tomorrow, probably I might do one man program tomorrow, maybe invite some people from the CMC so we can discuss what happened. You know politics. People say the time the iron is hot, that's when you beat it. And when something happened today, the country we have, Liberia, things happen every day. Whatever happened today, if you don't discuss that today to the fullest, tomorrow, something else will happen, might even overshadow what happened yesterday, especially the kind of government we have right now. They are very dramatic. They're full of nonsense. We will create something tomorrow that will make us to forget about that.
So are you still there?
But tomorrow probably I will have the.
I have a question for Sekou. I want to say
thank you to the people of Nima County.
More.
Why?
I want to ask Sekou the question. I just want to say that you are a person of Nima County. Yeah, the question I got for you, Sekou, when you're talking about proud and in representing a particular group of people or a particular county, are you proud of the result that they exhibited from district, from the county, from the guns or special elections, or when they show up to a political gathering or in a political gathering? So are you talking about the optics or are you talking about the result? Because what we saw from Koga is nothing to be proud of. For a guy that literally did nothing in 13 years to be given the godfathership of Nima County. Now, they show up today in Sanikole because for some people now, the showing up today is a sign that the CNC is getting screen. So are you looking at the optics or are you looking at the decision and the result driven from those decisions? Maybe I will
So what happened back then during the by-election, I was disappointed that at the number that we have there during that election, but CMC was at the forming stage. I would call it embryonic stage. CMC was being introduced to the Liberian people. But what happened today, that indicates that we learned a lot from what happened in the last by-elections. And you don't know. CMC have put in more work, more strategy. And if you look at the caliber of people, prominent figures, never said So they now those strategic positions in the CMC. That is an indication that CMC is not only strong on fire. That we have there, but I'm very proud. Let me finish my comment, please. But I'm very proud today. I said today, so I was not proud that day of what happened, but I'm very proud of today, what is showed today, and I know what I'm talking about, and I know exactly what is happening in the back, and I know NIMAP will deliver for the CMC. Thank you.
Yeah, at some point you were breaking up when I hear you, Mr. Cannon. That's why I was trying to ask you to repeat that part of the statement you made. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon. We'll find time to bring you on maybe sometime next week. Yeah.
Quickly, Melbourne, my Oma Yasini got to go. So can she get her parting comment before you take calls, please?
Okay, no problem. No, I'll let you go ahead.
Thank you so much, Steve and Mayborn, Alio, Sekou, Mong, all of you. It's good to share the platform with you today. To the Liberian people, we cannot be people of today. We cannot be people of the now. We have to calculate and bring together where we've been. Majority of us only remember today. If yesterday somebody were dead, I held the country up, we forget about what they've done. And that's why we'll continue to elect people, because we can get T-shirt today, because we can get close today, because we can get to. Like right now, we see Musa going all around the country. You're showing up. When he shows up in 2029, you might say, oh, let him go sit down here, man. Or whoever shows up. You got to consider everything together, okay, to make a decision. But I'm going to say this to everyone on this platform. We are people who don't remember the past. We are people who only think about the now, all right? In Liberia, as it stands, NSA budget is more than all of the community colleges put together. That's a problem, okay? More than education itself, that is a problem, okay? So, I would say to the Liberian people, you hire Boaka not to tell you that we didn't do this. You remove Wea. So, because he told you he could do a better job. He told you he had the necessary experience. He told you he understood your plight. He told you he was a tribal man and he knew your culture. He told you he understood how much your children were struggling, how education was bad, how the place was drug infested. The video that was just played, that was somebody 9 months, somebody 19, 20, 30 years of hardship and feeling and shipping that were in the gutter, in the trash, because he's on drugs. Let me say to us, let's not say that you cannot control drugs. Singapore is drug free. Coming from a slum, the leader have to be intentional. When I hear Liberian people say government can provide for everyone, that is not a true statement. Government can create an environment. That is, Georgia got 10 million people. Out of the 10 million people, okay, if just tourism alone, we generate over $79 billion. We hire out of that 463,000 people. For instance, the contract, the sanitation contract they're talking about, give it to Liberian. Liberian, it can create 200,000 jobs, but you want to give it to foreigners. So until Liberia start prioritizing themselves and start the worship and start just for the calling cards, those who create the system, they will not fix it because it benefits them, it benefits their children, it benefits their children and their children, okay? You want an opportunity, you would stand up, you will have to brave the storm, you have to call this president out. Boaka, in my opinion, is a liar. Okay, a lie is a lie. It does not matter who tells it. He's a crook. He's betrayed people. I gave up on him when he got on the stand and lifted his hand, put it on the Bible as a deacon, and lie and disown his childhood friend. A man who has rescued him many times, has saved his life many times. That kind of person, the Bible says, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his way, not some of his way. And I will part with it. Yeah, thank you for having me. The boy is in the hands of the
wonderful. Thank you so much, sis. Yes, Sandy. Thank you so much. And the platform is here for every time you're ready to come, just let us know. So, folks, if you're listening, then you've been yeah, a lot of our panelists and so forth back to back is about time and that you make your own input on what we've been discussing here on the SKTV show right here. To FM to this first caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayborn. Let me say good evening to part of the caller.
Yes.
Mayborn, you guys made my day this evening. I mean, the show, the particular presentation is part of everything. Let me say bravo to Honorable Musa Ability for the show that he did today. He has shown to the Liberian people that he is the newest godfather in Lima County. Maybe I was shocked, even though I am from the CDC, but what I saw, I believe the Libyans have taken different shifts to see the kind of mammoth crowd on mobility pull up today in the capital city of Lima County, the unprecedented. Now, to the issue of Mr. Bwakai, the reason I will continually call Mr. Bwakai is because he did not give that presidency courtesy or not presidential courtesy to former President Weah. And when you hear me say Mr. Bwakai, I am not saying it because I just want to say Mr. Bwakai, but he started it. So because he took the first zoo, so it is now our time to take the drugs. The drugs. Mr. Bwakai lied to the Liberian people. He said it was Mr. Weah who were bringing drugs to the country. For President Weah never sold drugs. So President Weah children did not sell drugs. But Dominic Molu, who were arrested in Lufa with a 750,000 worth of drugs, he's seeing a photo with Mr. Bwakai in his house. He's seeing with Mr. Bwakai's son, Tantan. Now they just brought new drug contagion.
All right, thank you. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number for you to call in this evening to be part of the SKTV show and make put in your own input on what we've been discussing here. Yes, on the show this Saturday again 0770. That's the number to call 0770-203125. And yeah, let me see the WhatsApp line is also blinking. To this caller, good evening. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
This is GT, I'm calling from Canada, and I want to say thank you to your panelists. And I just wanted to share my one or two on this issue today. And you guys spoke well, as the caller just said. So we continue to be talking, and I really appreciate you every day coming here. Like, I don't need a day off. Sekou already said that. And Sekou to you, my man, CNC started in Nimakande. I always when I hear Nimakande, I always they go all around the places to think. For me, but I don't believe in Joseph Baga. I don't Joseph Baga will do what he's going to. But 20 years, Joseph Baga comes to office. He didn't even finish giving a full inauguration speech. He didn't even end it. And the first place I know Joseph Baga don't do anything. Joseph Baga said, you come to car, take the office and get on his out. You're not even going to be wasting time. 100 days, Joseph Baga, he print people. He prints 2 balls, 1 play, make it all the batting. Joseph Baga is not a dealer for that country that print people. They need to find somebody that here for you. Somebody that will put you first before anybody. I kind of need all your need. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. Keep a call coming 0770203125 to this WhatsApp number. Hello, good evening. Your name and from where you join us?
Hey, this is Ben calling from Minnesota. How you guys doing?
Thank you, Ben, for joining us. We okay. Thank God for life.
Yeah, I want to say two things. First of all, I want to disagree with my brother Monk when Monk said that Derek does not invite tourism. Monk, the thing in Liberia is that can invite people. It's just something that is not seen in the world. Some people want to go to Liberia to see that level of dirt. So I think that would actually draw a new form of tourists to that country. But anyway, let's come to the serious thing here. Look, the issue about drugs is so serious. And when you see the government is breaking down ghettos, you exactly know they have no clue of how the destruction of drugs happens. You can break all the ghettos down in Liberia. It will not solve a single issue about drugs. What happens to people when people are having addiction? It is chemicals into their brains. Their brains have changed. That is actually going on. So the government have no clue. Mr. Government, or who are you? You have two things that can give you to help. It gives the youth job and increase productivity in the country. You will see you will control drugs. It's easy to do. But I think you're doing, you're bringing down those ghettos, it's not going to help because the drugs problem is not in the structures, it's in the brain of the people that have been affected.
All right. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Let me go to this caller. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my dear brother, go ahead.
This is Jisha Davis, head of the Disability Corner for Sano County.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining us from Sano County.
Yeah, thank you so much, Labor. I've been following the activities sometime with the relay. We've been following the activities concerning about the issues that are following in the county or in the country.
Thank you.
I have concern the issues of disabilities in the country. Always I listen to your panelists over the radio time to time, but we look at the issue of disabilities in the country cannot be addressed by any other persons. But by being on the talk show to see how that the issue of disability can be carried out by the radio station or debating issue. What would be the benefit or what the account of the person with disabilities in the country? Look at our police. Most of the persons with disability, they are qualified, they're competent, that they experience. Some of them got BSc, master from different higher institutions, but there's no job. So our life, the last time the person told us, I said his mother was a person with disability. But now time, we can't do one time, we can't hear about any radio stations in the country to see the issue of disability can be addressed. But what means it will be addressed? Yeah, now country, Sano country. No person with disability that be employed. The only person that employed was retired. They say you don't reach it to bank mind to be retired. They just hang out of all this stuff here. Then nobody. And that as you person with disability and approval 77 is on the payroll or person with disability or whatsoever national commissions of disability. So we are just ruling on the country, we are qualified and competent, we have an experienced job, we have ourselves marketable on the job, we market, but all the panelists in the country, the radio stations cannot address the issues of disability, so we are debating, see how that the issue can bring on the floor to see how that people can move on the street.
All right.
From the, let me be put to your report. From the personal cycle to the disability cycle, you are traumatized. What can you do to detraumatize the people mind to make them useful in the society? So can I tell how much the person with disability? You have to do that. You have to make them marketable on the field of disability to see how that the issue can be addressed. They are competent and qualified, have the experience to work in any offices or to be a minister, to federal minister, director, to be across the country. But yeah, we are qualified and have the experience on the job, but we cannot be employed. We cannot be a president in the country. So,
all right. I think yeah. So the best thing you can do also just take the number and just have me in your contact. Anytime we will talk and maybe bring you on also on the show so that you'll be able to point out some of the things happening from your end. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. I'm okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead. Okay.
Okay, you see, neighbor, we the Libanians, we are so ungrateful. Can you imagine today when Mr. Hassan when starting today? You see, a lot of people is on the street to jubilating. They want money. To be very honest with you, Mr. President, the circle, please, I beg you, it's not without down. I'm a limit citizen. But another thing we have on the podium today was the men and money going to eat morning. We didn't know where we eat this morning. So as now people on the street today, you had a brother who love you too.
All right.
Today, we love him. But the way they were because we love you people, our guilt, we don't even trust them. All the very soon, never got today, they were there for money.
All right, thank you. The same group of people that voted the man as lawmaker. So sometimes, anyway, Louis. Yeah, but go even the political issue.
This caller that just left the line, he's saying something very significant. But let me say, pass up to the panelists, especially to my man Monk. Monk struck some very beautiful point, and I will advance it from there as well too. Monk said something that the trouble the country is not finishing too soon. It's not going to be over so soon. We're in it for a very long haul, and Monk is absolutely correct. This caller says something, and I'd like to advance from that point. You see, the pageantry and the funfair that was show up to Mr. Benedict, they were deceit, they were deception, they were deceit. Take it or leave it. I bet you, Monk, look at what happened. Let me do a retrospect. Let me give you a historical account. 3 to 4 by-elections just happened in the Makati of late. 3 to 4 with the Yantuan, the Samuel Koga, and the other guy from District 5. The MDR and the Unity Party collaboration went off. If they are tired with the people, the other one just 3 days ago, they want to find Koga replacement. Just 3 days ago, they not come up with a result. They got one overwhelming. The independent candidate came second to him. If you just put on an election right now, the people party syndrome, the party mentality in this country. MDR and the Unity Party want all the by-election in Nima. What you saw, Mr. Benedict, today, there has to be extremely careful. It is not electionary process. It's for the phone pair and patriotry. And they are listening to Sekou, he's excited. Yes, you can commend them. Numerically, when it comes to politics, it's a different game. Liberia, the last time for Monk, I disagree. I say Monk is Sierra Leone, the APC and the SLPP, about 25 to 30 years now. You see in Ghana, the MPP and the NDC almost 30 years now. Liberia, the Unity Party and the CDC going for 22 years now. They dominate in the legislature, they dominate the presidency. Even if we bring Barack Obama here, Obama has to try and get on one of those tickets. If you go independent, it's difficult for Barack to win here. The people are back the train. I don't like it. I disagree with him, but the people are back the train. The two political parties, they reflect that straight in the legislature, they reflect that straight in the presidency. It's a serious thing. It's difficult to get it out.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Louis, for always being part of our show here. So this caller, good evening. Quickly now go to the WhatsApp.
No, just a few more because we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. Just a few more so we can react to them.
Okay.
I'm listening to some folks from the Unity Party behavior in favor of Mr. Benedict. And I want to encourage Mr. Benedict to not stop. The sky is your limit. It's not Allah. They will start to pretend as though they're in favor of Mr. Benedict. They will start to say everything. Equally so, that city and Plato Joseph Boakai, president of this deep Republic of Liberia. You people can muster the courage to take in a half fight that President Boakai is proceeding the wrong way. Some of us we fought hard to bring President Boakai to power. We can look at it at least we can look at it and tell the truth because we want to do the best thing. But some of them they will get up. I've seen what the brother was saying. Some of them are making comments on that. Mr. Benedict, all our people over there, even if all of them are for you, keep going around there. It's not they won't get the people hard.
All right, thank you so much, brother. So we gotta go. So back to the panelists. Yeah, Mr. Connor, Steve, and Mark. We're back, brother Aliu, after listening to our people. Steve, I don't know what Steve. You ready? I'm showing a WhatsApp call.
I'm here, but my phone. I'm here, but the computer freezing. Well, let's get an opportunity, Mr. Connor, first to start because I listened to some of the callers and, they seem to have sayings on CMC and so forth. Mr. Kane, how do you react?
Yeah, so, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you. A big thank you to Mebon, for doing what he always do for us. To the callers, the two last callers. Second to the two last callers. Let me say this. I can see you guys jittery. I can see the fear. I can see the fear factor in your. I can see you venting out your wishful thinking. You know what? We have people with two tongues. They speak from both sides of their mouth. If you have a rally in Sanikole, in Nima County, nobody show up. Oh, Mr. President from Nima County, look at nobody can say, nobody show up. Now people show up again, oh, the people are enough for you. You shouldn't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Somebody says, oh, you know, they put us there, pay people. If Mr. President can get money to pay all the people there, the boss, just stop confusing yourself. You guys are jittery, you guys are confused, and the wave of the CMC, all I can say, God is in it. A beyond tribe, a beyond religion, a beyond any political, distraction that you guys might bring. I can tell you, everything you're saying, that's your own. You're entitled to it, and we will respect it. But yes, we want to say thank you to the Nima people. We are happy for what they did, and we expect more from them. Across the country. A few weeks ago, we were happy in Bon County. The people just show up. Before we go again in Grand Bassa County. Now today, in Nimba County, well, you can speak from both sides of your mouth, it's okay. If people show up, the people are enough for you. They just coming to, to show you. How many people can you give money to? People just coming because they don't want food with ability. Okay, that's good. If people not show again, oh, your party, your party, your better from Nima County, but you can't even get people to come to support you. So you are the one that are confused. We have a strategy, we are focused, and we are making moves, and the people are responding. Thank you to Neighbor and the entire team, and I want to say a big thank you to CMC and the leadership, particularly the people of Nima County. I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Let's hear from Mr. Masali really quick, then we'll go to Monk, and then.
Yeah, thanks to the callers for taking your time. Since I've been on SKTV, today's show is one of my best show ever. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to every one of us here. This issue about Mr. Belete, I wish him the best. Like, I listened to the callers. This issue about Mr. Belete have been in the pipeline about, oh, this man is a Mandingo man. This man is a Muslim. And this issue about tribalism and this religious business that we, the Liberians, we are involved into, it is not good. We had to try to see how we can go away from that mindset that when you are a Mandingo, when you are a Muslim, that means you are Mandingo. Musa Belete was born and raised in Liberia. He's a Liberian, not because he's a Mandingo. Why would you say about Sheikh or Ali Krayin or Krame be Imam? So when you say he should go to Guinea, so this issue, like what those scholars say, oh yes, Masaya heard it today. People were talking, oh, that man who will eat money, that Mandingo man, that Muslim man, when he want any position, he should go to Guinea. This is not good. At the end of the day, tomorrow you will lose good leaders. It can not just Musa ability, but their mindset that when you Muslim, you Mandingo man, or Mandingo man don't have right in Liberia to be any kind of big person or even president in the country. That's not good. Again, yesterday we saw the crowd, but one thing I know, when it comes to election or everything, crowd cannot make you to be your winner. Your message, your policy, that's why the people going for. You can pull up all the crowd, it cannot take you anywhere. Your policy, the message you carry to the people. I wish you well, and I pray that whatsoever you're doing, God protection and guidance should be there. Today was one of my best shows on SKTV. Thanks to everyone. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Mongo, how do you react? What say you? What's going on?
Well, I don't think I have that much to say. I think of all the callers I listened to, I think Luis was tracking the whole thing about Mandingo and religion. I don't think that's the main argument. The main argument is the responses you get from the people doing a political process. And Luis said something. I said all the countries that are building a two-party system, they are racing to the top. anything you can do, the other party must do better every election. They want proof that we are better. In the case of Liberia, the reason I don't subscribe to that idea because the two that have been dominating, they are the worst. It's a race to the bottom. Liberia is the opposite of every other country on the planet. And the point that Louis is making, there are instances wherein you will feel that the electorate is getting tired with certain individual, but they cannot break free from the party. And if you really want to look at it from a holistic standpoint, Louis is right. We have 4 special elections in Nima County alone. Nima County is just not a regular Irish county. It's the second largest on the electoral map. If the trend continues in Nima County, then you cannot say it will change on the national level because it's the second biggest slice on the electoral map. So when you have 4 elections wherein they will change a particular individual, but you see the Unity Party and the MDR coalition. I mean, like I said, this guy was there for 19 years. I mean, or 13 years, the Koga. So we seen this showing up at this activity, but they are not an electoral process. The electoral process will give you a clear understanding as to how the people are thinking and how they will even be able to make future decisions. If you keep giving me the same result, even with different individuals, just because you think when it comes to your political party, your emotion is stronger than your logic, then I cannot place a bet that somebody will come and just break free because it's not 1, it's not 2. We are talking about 4 in recent memory. Most noticeably, we're talking about a senatorial seat given to a guy who was given a district and couldn't do a damn thing at a district level. He was given an entire county. So I can't blame Louis for the kind of a sentiment that Louis share on that particular subject matter. I stopped there for now. I mean, I think one of the best. I really enjoyed the show. It seems that the time went so fast because of what can happen when you're in the flow. You can't keep track of time. That's just why it was today. But thank
you. Well, maybe before I turn over, let me say thank you to everyone. At least most of the callers stuck with the issues today. Mr. Connor made a good point about CMC and other political parties to show spotlight or highlight them on what they're doing. We take that into consideration. I want to say thanks to Omar Yasendi for coming on, for being part of the conversation. Let me say this. At the end of the day, I've always said, and I'll continue to say it, that whatever we do here, we do it now out of malice, not because we hate President Joseph Boakai, we hate George Weah, but we do it so that we can be able to challenge the government, challenge our leaders to do well for the country. Because when a country is going well, it benefits all of us. We were in the diaspora as well. It makes a huge difference. That being said, I want to say thank you to all of you. Milbon, I'll leave it with you. We'll see you next week.
So my dear brother, let me also join you to say yes, indeed. When the country get better, all of us, our life will get better. And like I started with the show that indeed pushing cartoon that have benefit is far better than pushing empty cartoon. So for us here back home, we are pushing empty cartoons, and that's the far more. Let me frank. All the cartoon we're pushing here, no hair, no teeth.
Nothing in the cartoon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What kind of country that you live in that you push a cartoon, no hair, no teeth? And that's the kind of society that we found ourselves in today. That we'll come here, people just think that maybe we'll come here to come and joke or to play phone. No. So, Mr. Cannon, yes, indeed. Thanks to the CM.
Maybe just a second before I go.
Mr. Cannon, 1 minute and up. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So what I wanted to say is that just to agree among to some extent, looking at the 3 elections that my friend and brother Luis mentioned, that's true. That's the country that we have. The reason why we are coming into the picture is to change that kind of mindset. Remember, Prince Johnson has been in Nima County for how many decades in leadership? Almost 2 decades as senator. Prince Johnson's party has a ground or structure in Nima County. So what happened today is a signal to show to the Liberian people that there's new sheriff in town. That new sheriff is CMC. What I'm telling you, trust me, those 3 elections happened. 2 of them happened. First one happened, CMC was not even existing. The second one happened, CMC was less than 3 months old. The other one that just happened, that was not even, a lot of people never have interest in it. CMC never put a candidate for that. So you cannot use that as a yardstick to measure anybody's strength. Yes, indeed, there's no question that MDRO is strong in Nima County because there where MDRO was created and there has been the only strength and only power of MDRO across the country. But CMC is a national politics. I mean, it's national party. We're not limited to Nimba. When we went to Bon County, people say, wow. We went to Gambaba County, people say, wow. I will tell you, when we go to Bombing, Cape Ma, Bapolu, and we have the launching in Monsuado. Well, like one of the, viewer just said, if Musa Ability get money to get all these people that show up today, then Musa Ability really rich. Then that means he more than Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, well, Mr. Kana, in closing to that entire CMC issue, let me just say this to you and that of all of you from the CMC that indeed there'll be test of time, and I don't want you people to put your personal feelings, emotions into all these things. It will come. People will have their own say, whatsoever thing that they want to say. These are all tests, just to see how you people are going to control things. Just in case when you people win election, what's going to happen next? How you people going to control power? So for me, I don't think some of these things that will be coming your way, you people should be, you just see it like, in fact, I don't know more politics now and day because it's not like people can be throwing jabs, people can be voting, people will get caught, people, this thing happen. So for me, thanks to CMC for job well done. Actually, CMC, a brand new political party, and to be moving with this kind of speed, it's speed volume. So for us, we'll not sit here and feel that maybe nothing is happening. CMC, no. Even though elections stay far, but CMC is doing well. So to my brother Alexander Boniface, a mother said, maybe you people are pushing tree, you're not pushing cartoon. And if my brother, in fact, we are pushing empty cartoon, while our officials are taking out of the packages for the. I mean, that's the fact. So the people that will come and say, oh, Mr. Khan, putting cartoon in America. Mr. Khan, all of your cartoon have something into it. But for us here, our cartoon,
empty cartoon. You're very funny.
So good night, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mama, thank you, man. Thank you for the show. We really appreciate it. It was one of the best shows today.
Yeah, actually, it's great. I mean, that's all we do it,
But to all out there too, everybody there, Monday, me there, I'm there, you there. And you're sending almost the whole crew were there. So, we didn't expect anything less. It was great.
Yeah, that's great. But thank you so much. Good night to you. And
yes, sir.
I hope
Thank you.
everything will go well because all of the entire internet is just about CMC and so forth. And people keep asking, Mr. Khan, I hope that you people have your numbers active. Like maybe you have some WhatsApp number that people can ask. Because the
numbers are there, but just like people are getting overwhelmed. The numbers are there, and people have been calling, people have been trooping in, people have been going to the headquarters, to register. Honestly.
Yeah, you gotta bring Alexander Boniface.
Maybe you can't believe a lot of people that got in their car from the southeast, from Grand Crew, from Sano, from Maryland, from Dredu to come and register to be part of the party, my man. Nobody do anything for them. They pay their own way to come, my man. I mean, that's why I say, I think God is in it. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
honestly,
good,
I think God is in it. Thank you.
Keep on with the momentum, you keep on with the work, and you put your open doors for everybody.
Definitely.
Forget about some people.
Let me tell you, don't put a call and they're making those comments. I'm not mad at them. Let me tell you this. But when they call in, they lie, they try to downplay or sweep the people's effort under the carpet. It's unfair for us to come and set the record straight. To tell them they are lying. They're just afraid. They're political, they're political chicken. They're seeing the wave of the CMC. They're afraid, thinking that CMC will come and remove them. I can tell you, if you count one or two parties in Liberia, three, when you say United Party, you say CDC, you say CMC.
Yeah.
Or in the whatever order you want to put it, CMC is now the third major political party in the country. And it will be proven in the months and years to come.
Why you put no work on the yellow? Because the yellow job.
When everyone yellow here, you see? Yeah, the people are just jealous.
Yeah,
but anyway,
yeah, the yellow just took over the entire internet. We turn your Facebook feed, so it's yellow.
We yellow. We yellow. We yellow. They want to say about me about man, but seems you choose yellow, but I gotta go with it. My man, every second 4 years ago, y'all watch. Remember, let me just tell you about December next year. Eh? By December next year, all the people that are talking and they will all give up. They will all want to join the CMC. All those that are owing, everybody's welcome to join because we are about change. We're not about any particular group of people. In fact, you know what political language said one time?
No.
He said, Sekou, all the people are talking about bringing some people there, they're in different parties. He tell them, say, we want everybody. When you come, you're going to live with us. Once you live with us, you're going to follow the rule. Zero tolerance on corruption. He said, who told us, say, even if CMC wins the election, we're going to sack all, fire all related party people. No, that's not how you run government. Like Joe Biden did when they came, they tried to get rid of all the CDC people. That's not how you run government. There are good people in the party. But you know what? The person who runs the party or who runs the country is the president. If the president is weak, he has no sense of direction, he has no policy, he has no priorities, that's what happens, that's what you get. But if you get a president that knows exactly what he's doing, definitely different people can come from different backgrounds, from different political party, but at the end of the day, they will follow whatever the president is doing. If the president is bad and weak and corrupt, they will follow you. If you are good and straightforward, they will follow you. So the president, that's why you are the leader. But maybe thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Mr. Kala, when you come here, maybe next week, then I'm going to ask you a few questions.
My man, I'll be on. You know what? The whole of next week, I'm gonna be available to come on the show. The whole of next week because I'm trying to take a break.
Wonderful, Mr. Kala. That's the best thing to do. At least come and so that we
can. CMC people say I need to take break.
Okay.
I need to take break and do more show.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. So hopefully next week we can't wait to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mabon. Thank you so much.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work with my life with Africa.
I live with my health.
Master.
Clever so make you I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And you no money, and yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I can't flee ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I can't flee ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. Sktv, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Political people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from best. The work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.